sitting here in Australia. It is a quarter to 7 p.m. The sun is still up. It's beautiful weather. I had a great day today, and it is the day before New Year's Eve. And I don't know about you, but I start thinking around this time of the year, how well have I done last year? Am I on track for my financial success? Have I set the right financial success? Are my numbers too big, too small? I started thinking about what's happened, and then I'm also thinking about what's to come. What do I need to do? What's my new numbers for the year? Now, this video, if you're seeing this video, first of all, I was building this for my clients. So what I'm going to give you here today is the exact copy of what my clients will get. So when I talk about these numbers, the reality is I know some coaches out there are doing lifetime value of a client's going to be X, and they can sort of manipulate the numbers to make it look like someone's done 740,000 in a year or something like that. These figures that I'm going to say to you today, my clients are going to see this video, so they'll know it is true what I have to say. So you can honestly take as a gospel, if you can, that it's exactly the same video that my clients are seeing now, and to yourself. So first of all, one of the reasons that we did this is we know things are getting tough here in Australia and in the UK. I've spent half my life in the UK and half my life here, so I work with both salons. Their profit is really struggling. It's being pinched by a lot of people. I know some of you guys now in my group who have been working with me for a year or two, you're not seeing this because you've done a lot of the hard work, but there's an awful lot of people that are maybe new to us that haven't done the hard work yet. So this is for you, and people that are not in my world, this is definitely for you. So let's just start off. For you guys that are in my group and worked with me for a few years now, you know who I am, so you can just tune out for about 20 seconds. Guys, my name is Richard McCabe, and I'm the Lifestyle Salon Coach. What a rubbish name, to be truthful. And I chose that name because I was iSalon Coaching. It was supposed to be an international salon coach. That's what iSalon Coaching stood for. And then all these coaches came out of the woodwork, and I didn't really want to use the word coach anymore, and I wanted to set myself different. And I thought about what is it that we do different? Well, we actually literally make people, give them a lifestyle. We change their lives. So that's why I became the Lifestyle Salon Owner. And I've got a book, best-selling book in Amazon called The Lifestyle Salon Owner. I've been an apprentice. I've been a hairdresser. I've been a salon owner in England and here, currently working with well over 250 salons in 3 different groups that we work with. So we know what's going on. We've got a pretty good handle. And I do spend some time in salons too, a beauty salon and also a hair salon. So everything I talk about here is proven. It's real. It's been real in my salon, and it's really happening now in salons that we are coaching. So we're not here just to make something up and go, hey, try this, it works. This is actually working for salon owners right now. If you don't believe me, head over to Google, head over to Facebook. You will see some of the things people have said about us. I promise you it is all true. I'm not going to harp on too much with that. We know people are seeing few clients right now. There's white spaces appearing in your business, and it's generally down to clients dragging out their appointments or leaving you thinking you've not got good value. 2023, I keep hearing, is the year of the professional, which means it's the year of you performing to a higher level than the salons down the road. And we have to remember that people who come to us have to justify to spending that sort of money. And the justification means it's not just about hair or beauty. It's actually about the whole service that you get. Not long ago, I went to a beautiful Italian restaurant. The food was impeccable. The service was good, but it didn't match. I expected, because the food was such good quality, that I expected the customer service to be exceptional. And it wasn't. It was just good. It wasn't poor. They wasn't rude. They were very efficient, but it wasn't good enough. And I probably won't go back, because in my brain and in me, I was left thinking it just wasn't as good as it could have been. Sad, isn't it? But that's the thing about your clients, is they may not be coming back just because maybe you didn't offer them a coffee, you kept them waiting too long, or the exceptional upper service, maybe the education you need to give them, something is not working. And today we're going to go through some of these things with you as we move forward. Of course, this time of year is all about planning. This video is all about planning. It's about taking your life to the next level. I've done this now, right? For me, it's what I've done for the last couple of years, and I'm trying to fine tune it year after year, because the more I can buy into the fact that I can achieve the results I want, they'll actually come true. White spaces will be decided as whether you make a good profit or you struggle this year in 2023. All the experts out there are saying the same thing. A lovely glass of red wine this time in the evening. Beautiful. or is it just Ribena? We'll have to see. So the reality is that we know what the issues are, which means we can work on it. It means we need new clients, we need to stop losing clients, and we need to get clients to return. And that's something we're going to talk about as we build this up. And let's not forget your team members. You said staff want more money because that's what they did want, but I think they actually need more money. I know inflation's gone through the roof, interest rates are going crazy, rent's going up, whatever's happening, electricity, they need more money so they can enjoy a lifestyle too. So we need to make sure we fill your pot of money so you can share it with your team. And I know most of you on this call will do exactly that. Now, 2022, we made on average about 3.8 million extra turnover to some of the clients we worked with. We only monitored this in one group. This was just one of our groups we monitored. We call it the lifestyle program. You know, you guys, you know who you are. You've seen me shout about you over and over again. These numbers are real, and people on here are going to see their salon numbers and know we're talking about them. So I can't lie. This is actually true. These people grew their business by an extra 105, 89, 87, 147, 40, and 72. And I have probably 60 of these to show you if I really wanted to. So, but today, this is not about them. This is about you, because it's a whole new year. We're going to draw the line and go, we've got to start again. So let's start that fight again. Let me tell you what's going on. We have a video series. There's 4 videos in this. You'll see them down the side. So video 1 and video 2 is open to everyone. So everyone gets to see that. But video 3 and video 4 is private for my clients, because we start getting really deep, and it's not fair for them because they actually pay me money to get their results, and they do get really good results. And it's unfair if I give it to you free of charge. But what I thought was, I'm going to make video 1, 2, 3, and 4 for my people. If I gave you videos 1 and 2, you'd get some idea to kickstart. Also, some of you, and I'm going to do a shout out at the end of this, at the end of video 2, I'm going to put a calendar link in there. So if you really want to book a call with me and you want us to help you make this a reality, because it is overwhelming and it's going to be some tough times ahead, you know, and I think that if you want help, then now's the time to start afresh. So I will do that shout out at the end of video 2 for you. Okay, so let's dive in. So we're going to cover like why you should plan. Now, the most important thing for you right now, and I promise taking a day out to do this will make you lots of money and save you lots of money. Why do you want the life of your dreams? Now, I've got a friend, Howard, and he says to me, Richard, you know, the reality is you've got a working class mentality. So when you earn a certain amount, you back off. You think that once you pay yourself X amount of money, you relax. You're not worthy of more money. Well, that was me. And I spent a year realizing that actually, I do want to travel business class. It's not just for other people. It's actually for me. I do want to live in a certain suburb. It's not for other people. It's actually for me. I want to drive a certain car. It's not for other people. It's actually for me. And I've realized that being a self-employed business owner, I can make things happen. I made it happen in my salon when I wanted a beach house and I wanted to live right by the beach, and also wanted to pay myself at least $3,500 a week when I wanted to do that. And I achieved that. I could have done 6, I could have done 10, but I backed off. I stopped. Even when I got 2 salons, I stopped growing because for that sort of reason, I'd earned enough money. But I didn't realize that I should have built wealth, which I didn't. I spent all the money as I went along. You know, I had once where I hit the tax bill. I couldn't even afford to pay the GST, which is similar to the UK's VAT. I couldn't afford to pay it. Where's all my money gone? I hadn't got a clue. So I want to make sure you know the reason why it's important you want to change your life. How much money do you need? That's quite important. I now know, literally, and I'll talk to you as I go through, so down to the last penny, what my business needs to achieve to pay me a certain wage so I can live a certain lifestyle. And that is really important because that is really firing me up. How to get the salon to make this happen, the facts on how to work out where you are now and where you need to be. Now, already through here, I can see a typo. Now, let me tell you, normally I give this to my VA, or I give this to Julie, my girlfriend, and my UK coach, who usually goes through this. I'm slightly dyslexic, so they go over this. So you will see typos through this. But if that's bothering you and you're not a client of mine, you might as well switch off right now, because there's going to be a few typos in here. We'll never work together because I am dyslexic. I will make mistakes. I really will, but I will also make things good for you. I can see on video 2, there's a mistake there also, but that's okay. If it's doing your tree in, we probably never need to work together at all. Video 2, we're going to go through how to make it a new habit, build a plan to make the numbers work, worksheet for members. You guys that are working with me, you know you've got that private Excel document we've put into the Facebook group that you can use to find out the gap for your business. Which staff will take up the slack? Again, another spelling mistake. Plan for 30% takings growth, the tool to make everything happen. Work out your new 2 times profits, which is what we want to do. Whatever you are at the moment, and this is based on a salon doing about 250,000. We want to sort of estimate, and we do estimate what your profit's going to be. We're going to double that, I promise you, if you follow this. Setting up a fun account for your team, find time to stop working in the, again, you can see the dyslexia coming out there, in the war zone, and get to the lifestyle zone. Video 3, this is for private members only. You guys who are with us, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. We're going to take your goal. We're going to break it down from the year goal to your team goal to your monthly goal to your weekly goals. Look at them spelling mistakes. Geez, if Judy saw this, she's going to have an absolute cow. We're going to get your team to want the salon and you to hit your goals. Please do not comment on this video in our private group because Judy will get to see it. I don't know. We're going to work out how many clients you need an average bill to make this happen. The simple but effective tracking system, you know what that is. I'm going to show you that, guys. And appraisals to keep the team focused throughout the year. We've got to get your team to buy into this. And video 4, again, monthly numbers, checking with a salon expert. You know, every month we have accountability. We're going to tell you why that's important. It's really important for you. The action plan booking link. Don't forget to book a link the start of 2023. I want to do an action plan with you. Staff dreams, how to make your staff dreams come true. Planner, we've got that. And the next 3-month strategy plan to kickstart 2023 when everybody else is sitting there thinking, what are we going to do? Things aren't looking good. We have already started the ball running. By the way, guys, we go live in January the 9th. We get back to work. If you do want to chat with us, let's move it forward as fast as we can. Let's dive in. Why you should need a year plan. I don't know about you, but if I don't set up some sort of target, some sort of goal to aim for, I can guarantee my business will finish exactly the same as it is now. If I had a salon and I did 10,000 a week and I didn't set a plan, I will finish at 10,000 a week. The bad thing is that my bills are going up, my profit's going down, but my takings remain the same. I don't know about you guys. So you guys, if you're working with me and you're not doing all the strategy work, and you guys that don't work with me, if you're not setting out a number, and it can be any number you want, I'm going to tell you what my number is going to be soon. If you need to look at that number and you've got a plan, an action to make it happen. So first of all, we need to think of a number. We don't want to dream this up. I had a client that left me recently. She'd been working with me for, let's say, 3 weeks. She went, Richard, you're just pulling numbers out of the air. I am. So let's say you're doing 250,000. You want to do 400,000. That's just pulling it out of the air. What she didn't get was the next stage down is we break down how that can happen. We break down how many clients we need, what the average bill needs to be, and then what strategy we're going to make that happen. It could be getting old clients back. It could be getting new clients in the door. We have to decide which strategy we're going to use. So, but first of all, before we start this, I want you to sit here. And if you do this video, I've got such an itchy nose, like a moth just bit it. If you're sitting here, press pause and think about like a number. We're going to dive into this as we go along, but I want this number to come from the growth of your business, but also how much do you want to pay yourself and what life do you want? Because if you really monitor and think about what you really want, 9 out of 10 times, you're actually going to make it happen. If you just say, I want to earn a bit more money, it's not going to happen. If you say, well, actually, I just want to be better than last year, it's not going to happen. Like I said before, this is the year of the professional. So you guys are watching this video, members or non-members, you got to think about, why do you want more money? It could be about your team. It could be about your family. It could be about you. Second, it's down to no one else. Like there is nobody going to help you. If you've got a coach, then you know how great it is when you've got someone in the corner that can really help you. But if you guys don't have a coach, you're on your own. There is no one going to help. Your staff will not help you. They've got to have a system in place for them to start helping you build that. But it's down to you. Your salon growth, your profit, your takings is down to you. If you put 100% in, you'll get 100% out. If you're putting 50% in, you're going to get 50% out. So if you're just sitting there doing stuff, it's not going to work. And I think if you don't have a plan where you're going, the only guarantee you've got is you're going to end up somewhere. That's it. You'll definitely, this time next year, you'll be somewhere. You may be lucky and you may actually make more. You may be very unlucky and take an awful lot less. Team members will leave salon owners that aren't doing well because they need more money. Remember, it's a need now. They also want to make sure they're safe and secure. This is in every other year, we could have got away with this. But right now, things are so tight. You know, people are thinking about it. We need to make sure you know where you're going, and your numbers are going to tell you exactly if you're on target. Business goals are important. Business goals are not as important as personal goals, but most people fail them every single year. I'm going to share you some really scary stats, and I am one of these stats. Every year, New Year's Day, like tomorrow, I'm going to go into Sydney. We're going to watch the fireworks. We've got some great vantage points to watch the fireworks. And the reality of this is I'm going to set a goal of I'm going to be slim, fit, and a little bit ripped and a little bit tight on my skin. And this time next year, I'm going to look exactly the same I am now. Been saying this year on year, I'm failing and I'm doing my best. And I'll show you what I did not long ago to really wake me up. So hopefully that will happen. And I hope you don't fail. So if you can't even manage to manage your personal goals, you're definitely not going to manage your business goals at all. How many times have you said, I will lose weight this year. I will get fitter. I want to make more time for my children or my partner. I don't want to work as much. I want to make more money to help with the household bills, to ease off my partner. How has that worked out for you? You've had 12 months, or maybe you've had 5 years, or maybe even longer. How has it helped you? Has it worked? Because for me, hand on heart, it didn't until I got help. So we need to realize it starts off with why. Simon Sinek said it's got a great book with it starts with why. We need to know why you want to grow. We need to know why, because there's a number we need to hit, and that's what we're going to work out. Every year, millions of people set New Year's Eve resolutions, and many give up on them within the first week. The stats say 23% of the people quit within 1 week. Only 36% make it past the first month. So literally 67% fail by the end of February. And only 9% make it to next year. Most people are not ready to commit to their resolutions and give up because they either lose motivation, have not prioritized their goals, or swap their resolutions for newer, more relevant personal goals. 35% of people attribute losing motivation as the top reason for giving up. They just didn't get help. Followed by being too busy. How many times have you gone, I can't do this. I can't have a coach. I can't do training. I can't work on the business. I'm just too busy. Well, it's just stopping your growth. You guys who are not in my world, take heed. You guys that are in my world, this is important. You need to make time for this. We have the tools. We have everything we need. Make time. This is your year. We're going to make this happen. Expert tips to achieve your goals include deeply understanding why you want it to happen. Remember I said, why does I want a new house? Why do I want to travel business class? Why do I want a certain standard of living? What's your big motivation? If you can narrow that down, it is fantastic. And why is it important to you now? Why is next year important to you? This is why we work out why you want to increase your Salon's takings. This is why it is important. I'm going to close this because someone's going in the pool. Why is to set life goals. Building your dream life, you only get one. So let's make it a good one. Breaking down your goals to monthly and weekly will make it manageable so it's easy for you to track. Consider an accountability partner, like-minded people. That's supposed to be find like-minded people online with the same goals. That's why us, as my salon, we believe that building a community, and you've said to me many times, you guys that are in with me on this coaching call that are my members, you love the community. You love the fact that we get to meet live. You love the fact that actually you got people in the group you can shout out to help. That's why a lot of us don't fail. Improve your timings. Make sure you put time aside. I'm going to talk about that later. Make time to work on the business is important. It may surprise you just how much you'll waste time in your business. These are important. And one more thing. It is your fault. 100%. Where your business is today is down to you. So if we need to lift your game, it's time. We have, of course, 4 videos, and I'm sorry I can't offer all videos to you, but I will give my all as best I can in the 2 that are open. The members, of course, you'll get access to these. They'll be videoed and they're in there for diving whenever you're ready. This is going to get me some pain, but it's true. And it took me years to understand when someone told me this. 97% of you listening to me right now are getting paid what you're worth. That's 97%. And if you say to me right now, oh, Richard, I deserve more than that. I'm putting a lot of work in. I deserve more than that. You don't, because you would have found a way to earn more. You see, you're accepting what you're doing now. If you're not working enough on your business, and be hand on heart. 1 second, will I just close this window if I can? Just to see it through. I might start sweating now a little bit in the warmth. You see, most people get paid what they think they're worth. So if you're sitting there and you're getting paid, let's say 20 grand a year, there's something you need to do to make sure you get 30 and 40 grand. And that might mean putting more hours in, or more time in, or employing more people, or learning better skills. And if you don't, that's why you're worth it. I'm a dig. It took me a long time to realize this, that when I used to moan about, I'm worth more than this, I'm working so hard, I'm working 76 hours a week on the salon floor, I deserve more. And the reality was, I deserved more. But the reality is, I got paid what I was worth. You see, I didn't know what I knew. I need to invest in myself to learn more, better skills, so I can earn more of the money. 60% of salon owners stay in the war zone. Now, this is almost every business. So if you take a look at the top, anyone breaks $1 million in their business is about 1% of the UK and Australia population with salon owners. If you get to $500,000, only 5% of salon owners reach $500,000. If you get to 300,000, only 14% will get there. If we drop down to the bottom, 20% of people listening to this call, we might get to see it. The reality is they're not paying themselves more than they pay their staff members. They're literally paying themselves nothing. And I hear that all the time. But the majority of people on here are working week to week. They haven't got much cash reserves. They're just praying that they end up with a good week. Just 1 second, guys, while I close this window. The joys of having a swimming pool in the back garden, hey. So what I want to get through to you today is your job is to make an effort of working up this ladder. That's your job. You know, we have a ladder that's literally, you know, going to take you up here. And your job is wherever you are now, you're going to have to learn some skills to get to the next level. Now, I know most of you are probably taking between 100,000 and 300,000 pounds or dollars. The reality is, to break through that, you're going to have to learn a few more skills. It doesn't come that easy. But just remember where you are. If you can crack that 300,000 pounds, that's when you really start having a good living. You pay yourself good profit and good wages, and that's our job as a salon coach at Lifestyle Salon Coaching and Programs, is to get you up into that top 20%. That's what we try and aim for. Let's try and get you. I'm not trying to buy into the reason why you should do some of the work, and hopefully we'll dive into some sort of the work now. This is for my members, so this is a kick up your ass. And for you guys that don't have a coach or don't know me, kick up your ass too. Okay, you get a choice in 2023. You can hope for the best and end up putting fires out and get on your hamster wheel again, or you can plan for the results that you want and have something to aim for. You can work hard putting fires out day after day, or you can work hard on growth. You get the choice. Working almost 100% on the floor as an employee, doing, instead of knowing your role in your business. And it's not just literally doing like an employee would. Not knowing your numbers because you don't understand the numbers is no excuse at all. It's scary how many people tell me they don't know their numbers. They just hope and wait for the accountant to give their figures. I mean, that is why most people are in a mess. And they don't know how much money they've got or how good they are is when they look at their business bank account and go, I'm doing okay, I've got some money in the bank. They've got no control over it. But instead, knowing your numbers and knowing it's a numbers game played by you and your team members, that's the success we're trying to achieve here. This isn't just about you once you master this. It's about you and it's about your team. And I loved taking this to my team. You've either got no idea what your break even or cash flow was in 2022. Instead, you knowing which months are profitable and why means you can actually plan out your cash flow and never, ever dip into the VAT tax or GST ever again. A lot of you scared of your team members, don't have systems in place, and tolerate lazy staff, tolerate inefficient staff, tolerate their attitude because you're scared. They're not other people that are really going to concentrate on 2023, are going to work on the SOPs, and they're going to keep the standards and will not tolerate below standard behavior. And that's a line that you've got to draw, because that's when clients leave, when staff can do what they want. I've been in salons recently and staff seem to do what the hell they like. And it's terrible because that client journey gets broken and clients leave. And you spend so much money getting balayage, facials, waxing training that's irrelevant. 2023, like I said before, is all about taking control. Or you just bob along like a paper boat in the water, having no control, being pushed from one place to another. Or you take control and know your numbers. And after today, I'm hoping you're going to take control. But first, we need to know you need to want it. I want you to really dream up this life. This took me probably 30 years learning to realize I was worthy of this. I can have a life worthy, and I want you to have a life, because maybe because I'm old, and some of you guys might think I'm really old. It's okay, I am in one way. I feel young, but I am. My business life went so quick, 10, 20, 30 years as a hairdresser went really fast. But the reality is we come to a stage where we sell our salon or we give it to a family member and we have nothing left to show for our life of work as a hairdresser or beautician or a nail tech. Nothing. And I think that we should be using this to drive our business, to build our personal wealth, maybe to buy houses that we're going to rent out, maybe to buy the house of our dreams. We want something to show for our life. Because a year or two into retirement, you're not a hairdresser anymore and you have no identity. Let's make your life really special. I want to ask you a question. And by the way, there's no worksheets with this. I want you to scribble down a piece of paper. If you've got a nice book, write it in a book. I want you to physically write this out. How good was your private life in 2022? Did you earn the money you want? Did you get the things you want? Did you take holidays what you want? Did you spend enough time with your family in that time? I want to self-evaluate you and find out exactly how good you were or where your weak spots are. And it's private. This is all about you to go, I not want to do this next year. We call this the wheel of life. Let me just shorten that down a little bit. You see, on the outskirts where you can see the writing, that's a 10. In the center, it's a 0. So from here to here, you imagine that's a 10, that's a 0, and you have to self-evaluate where you are in each area of your life. And I'll go first. So my health, as I put myself down, I wanted to be fitter. So I'm going to say I'm about a 4. So I'm going to put, actually, that's nowhere near a 4. Let's say this is halfway. I'm about a 4. Fun and recreation. I think I had an okay time this year. We had nice holidays around the world, and I think I did pretty good. So I'm up here to, let's say, an 8. Finances. I was in control of my finances. I'm debt-free, and I feel that I'm putting away for my older age, and I'm in some sort of control. So let's go down here and say I'm about an 8. Friends and family. Am I giving enough time to friends and family? Well, I worked a little bit hard last year, and I think I really probably could have came back to Australia a bit more. So I'm going to put that down here as about a 5. Now, my environment, I have a beautiful house here, is right next to the beach, literally on the beach. I've got a swimming pool. It's pretty not art deco at all. It's pretty architecture house, it's glass roof, etc. It's beautiful. In the UK, I have an art deco house. It needs a lot of work done, but we've turned that quite nice. So the environment that I live in is really, really good. So I'm going to put that as a 9. Now, romance. Well, as you may know, I got divorced a few years ago, and that's a lot of pain to go through, but I'm on the other side, and I found a girl that I absolutely love. So the romance is pretty good. I make time for her, and she makes time for me, and I think we are in love. We are still boyfriend and girlfriend at this stage, but I think, we're only a couple of years in, so let's set it up to at least a 9. It could be better. Then personal growth. Well, I've invested a lot in coaches this year for myself. And also I spent a year with a life coach making me better. So I think I'm pretty good, again, up to about a 9, no 10s, of course. And then wealth. Well, I don't think I'm where I am. So I'm going to put that down to about a 4 because I've suddenly this year. Now, if I'd filled this in last year, I would have gone off pretty good. But this year, I really want more. I want another house. I want this to be my investment house. And I want to make sure that, you know, I've got enough to last me when I finish. So I'm not quite there yet. And of course, we then fill this in. So we go to like this. And we just fill it. I want you to do the same. You can draw this out if you want to. I know you guys in my coaching business have the worksheet. That's okay. And you can see straight away, I'm going to remove the centerpiece that we put in here. You can see when you look at me where I'm weak and where I'm strong. The whole point of this is for me to self-evaluate me. I want you to self-evaluate you. That's what I'd like you to do. So press pause, draw a circle, just break it up into these categories, very simple, and just self-evaluate 2022. Are you on track to a wonderful life? That's it. And you are or you're not. You can see I'm honest with you. Be honest with yourself. Now, if you ever want to fill this in and send it to me at richard@lifestylesaloncoach.com, please do so. And I promise you, I will respond. But it's just a matter of self-evaluation, because once you do this, you realize where you want more in life or where you're weak. One of the things that's really helped me this year, and I showed my members exactly my dream board. I won't share it to you outside because you probably won't get it as much as people, is I've got a dream board like this. Is actually on my computer. When I boost my computer up, I see it every single day. I actually went and found the house I want to live in. It is up for sale in a place called Terrigal. It's about 2.5 million. And I want to buy it and I want to live there. So I took a picture of it. I put it on there. It's probably going to be sold by the time I get there. But I imagine myself driving my convertible car onto that drive. I've picked an engagement ring and a wedding ring that I want to purchase for my wife-to-be one day, if I ever ask my girlfriend, if that's the girlfriend I'm in now, to be the woman. So that's one. And I have other things in there, like UK things, and I want to try business class all the time. And I want so much money for my kids to fly around to see me around the world. And I've built all this. Now, when I built this, what I did was I just made this in Canva. You can do it in Canva yourself. And then I want you to look at your life and go, how much would it cost me in 2023 to live a life like that? So if you want to buy a new house, let's say you're in the UK, and you want to buy a house for, let's say, £400,000, and you want to get a Range Rover car, and you want to go on 4 holidays a year, and you want your kids to go to private school, and you also want to fly business class like me, or you want to get married, or you want to put money towards your children's schooling, or getting them married, whatever you got, and add it all up and figure out exactly how much wage you would need to pay a mortgage of that amount. There's plenty of things you can figure that out with. And then you'll know, to live a life of your dreams, how much money your salon needs to earn as profit. That is a very enlightening number. I did this for the very first time about 4 months ago. I've done lots of dream boards. I've done lots of other things, but I never made them real. I found the car that I would buy was for sale. I found the house. I found the ring that's for sale. How much is it going to cost me to have that ring? I know which jewelers it's actually in. This was a real dream board, and it would cost money to live that life. And I want to know what it would cost to live that life. And my job is to make that happen. Don't make it wishy-washy, make this real. Now, I want you to press pause here if you can and go to Canva or go to anywhere you like, cut things out of magazines if that's what you like. How would you love your life to be? Like we're not on the planet that long. So let's not just keep working for nothing. Let's design a life, because once you know your profit, let's say your profit is, I don't know, whatever it's going to be, right? Or it needs to be, right? We're going to work this out later. Let's say it needs to be £60,000. Well, we know that most salons run about 20% profit. So way too many noughts on there. We know they run about 20% profit. So we know that that's going to be 20% of something. And that means that we now know what takings we need to make. And now we know the takings, we now need to know how many clients we need to do. We know what the average bill is, and you work them two out, and we now know what your salon, we know exactly how to make this real. We're going to go through that today. So how much will it cost you to make a life like that? Now, some of you are going to skip forward here and just go along fast, but I promise you, stopping and really making this a reality and actually type yourself a number, be it pounds or be it dollars, write this number down. How much do you need as a wage? This is going to be your personal wage to make this happen. This is where you need to press pause and go and choose your 2023 wage. And hopefully we can make that happen. This is your starting point. And that is a really good place to be, because we know that if you are here, for example, and you're earning X and we know you want to earn Y, there's a difference. It's going to be the gap. Now, the question is simple. How big is the gap? Now, the gap is money, of course, but that money is made up of clients, staff, and average bill. That's it. Nothing else changes at all. As the sun goes down, guys, I'm just going to lift us up. If it looks too bright, let me know. So let's go there, just to get a bit of brightness in here. Let's see if it's still noisy. I might go for that, see what it's like. Get some brightness in that way. We shall see. We're here in the pool, but if they get too loud, actually, they're probably too loud for you guys. Let's close it. Okay. So the key here is we now can figure this out to an actual amount. Yep. Where you are now, where you want to get to, what's the difference? Now, you need to know what is that gap. And I advise you right now, if you press pause and work this out, you really will make the most of this video. Here's some of the things that will help you along the way. Go back to 2021 and find these figures, you know, like how many clients, total takings, wages, wage percentage, stop spending, etc. And then do 2022. And this is going to tell you how much you grew in that year. Now, so for you guys that work with me, we know you did 20, 30, 40, 50. Some of you are doing 60 and 70% growth. We can't do that 2 years in a row. We'd love to. We'll try. So the reality is, once you know you're growing at that sort of speed, it's a lot better than realizing some people may have lost a little bit of momentum, or they're only growing by 1 or 2%. They're never going to get there and fill that gap. So things have to change. And that's what we're trying to figure out here, because I don't know about you, but when I did this, the clarity that I have, I actually truly believe I'm going to hit my figure this year. I truly believe it. I know exactly how much clients I need, how much they're going to spend, and how long they stay with me. And I know that down to the last amount. And I will do everything in my power to make that happen, because it's clarity. Because I now know that if I do this in my working week, they automatically happen. So what rate are you actually growing at right now? And how long will it take you to get there? Probably a long time. For most of you that are not in my world, I don't know many people that grow at the rate of the people that work with us. I'll show you later. It's astonishing how much salon owners are growing in 2022 compared to what we've been doing. I'll show you a bit later on if I get the chance. So for you guys now, we've come to the end of video 1. Go and do that work. I promise you, before you press video number 2, go and do that work.